My little brother's name is Arthur. This afternoon, I pushed him into the pool. He fell in with a big splash and started making glug 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 sounds. Just when I thought he was about to drown, he managed to cry out for help and Mom and Dad came running. Mom was crying because she thought that Arthur was dead. He wasn't. The doctor came and Arthur is doing very well now. He asked for cake with jam and, even though it was 8 o'clock and past his bedtime, my mother gave it to him anyway. Arthur was very happy and very proud with all the attention he was getting. Everybody was asking him questions. Mom asked him how he had fallen into the pool. Arthur just said he slipped. It was smart of him to say that. He knows Mom hates a tattletale. The other day, when I was wrapping a skipping rope around his neck, he struggled out of my grip and ran to complain to Mom. He said I had been trying to strangle him. Mom told him he shouldn't say such things and gave him a good spanking. When Dad came home and found out what Arthur said, he was also very angry. Arthur didn't get any dessert. Then he understood. This time, he knew better than to tell Mom I pushed him into the pool. I also asked Mom if I could have cake with jam. I asked her 3 times, but she pretended not to hear me. Maybe she suspects that I was the one who pushed Arthur. Before, I was always nice and kind to Arthur, because Mom and Dad spoiled me as much as they spoiled him. When he got a new toy car, I got a new doll. Mom would never have given Arthur cake without giving it to me as well. But last month, Mom and Dad completely changed. Now, they devote all their attention to Arthur. He gets gifts all the time. It has made him very big-headed. He was always a bit of a pain in the neck, but now he is insufferable. He is constantly asking for this and that. Mom and Dad always give him whatever he asks for. The only time they scolded him was the day I tried to strangle him with the skipping rope. That was funny because, for once, it wasn't his fault. I wonder why Mom and Dad suddenly stopped loving me. It looks like I am no longer their little girl. Whenever I kiss Mom on the cheek, she doesn't even smile. Dad is the same way. When they go for a walk, I always tag along, but they don't pay any attention to me. If I'm playing on the road or doing something dangerous, they don't even care. Arthur can be nice occasionally, but most of the time, he refuses to play with me. The other day, I asked him why Mom and Dad had become so cold to me. He looked up at me with a sly smile and refused to answer. He did it on purpose to enrage me. That was the day I wrapped the skipping rope around his neck. I was so mad that, despite the spanking he had received, I went into his room afterwards and told him that I would kill him. This afternoon, he told me that Mom, Dad, and him were going to the seaside and that they weren't bringing me with them. Then, he laughed and stuck out his tongue and made faces at me. So I pushed him into the pool. Arthur is sleeping now and Mom and Dad are watching TV. The skipping rope was just lying in the garden, so I picked it up. In a moment, I'll sneak into Arthur's bedroom and, this time, I won't give him a chance to scream. That way, Mom and Dad will be forced to go to the seaside without him. And after they leave, I'll go down to the end of the garden and climb back into that horrible white box they buried me in.